What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Lars and Conditioning. So you want to squat 315. Here are 5 tips that you need to use that will help you get there. When it comes to getting your squat up, when you're going to have your leg day or however your split up, you need to train this squat first. If you want to have it as a focus point and you want to get stronger at that movement quicker, you need to pour your energy into your first movement, which is where you're going to be the most fresh. So if you really want to drive your squat, do it first. If you're accustomed to deadlifting first and then squatting, your squat will suffer probably quite a bit depending on how heavy you push your deadlifts. So do it first where you're most fresh. This will help you a lot. You need to squat more often. The more often you can do something, the quicker you're going to adapt to it, and the quicker you're going to be able to add weight, and the quicker you're going to get the skill acquisition needed, and you're going to learn being in the movement and learning to just be in the moment when it sucks. Because let's be honest, doing squats suck. So you need to do it often, and we have a lot of squat variations that you can actually do that can help you. And some of these variations will actually have you use less weight, but you're going to get the same kind of stimulus anyway, so it can be tremendous to just do different variations as well. You need to breathe correctly. A lot of people, before they get under the bar, they don't properly do the bracing that you actually need to. And even when they are under the bar and start to work out, they are breathing out a bit too much, and they start losing some of the bracing that they actually have, instead of keeping it tight. So which means that when they start going down, a lot of people tends to tip a bit forward or just collapse because they have no tightness in their core whatsoever. This bracing is extremely important because you have weight on top of your back and you're going down, and depending on how long your femur is, you may be more to the forward than someone else, because that's just how it is when you have long femurs. So you need to have this breathing correctly. In terms of when you should breathe during the movement, you do it at the top. Think about this. When you're squatting, you want to hold your breath before you go down, because you're going down into water. If you're trying to breathe while you're down, just try it just with the bar, or adjust your body weight, and you can see how difficult it actually is, and then you actually understand what I'm talking about. So you breathe up here at the top, brace, go down, come up, breathe up, and new breath. You keep doing this, and then you'll get there. Tip number 4. This actually goes back to point number 2, essentially, a different variation. If you pause your squat at the bottom, that becomes a pause squat. Because the reason why you should do this is because most people actually tend to suck or die at the bottom position. That's where a lot of people lose tightness and balance. So if you learn to be at the bottom position because you train it, that means it's going to be a lot easier for you to explode off down from the bottom and get up. And you most likely not get stuck if you train that and actually be consistent about doing it. And this is, like I said, a variation that you can do. Alright, tip number 5. You need to train your legs one at a time. So you can do single leg presses, deficit lunges, or you can do Bulgarian split squats. The reason why this is important, if you have one leg that is tremendously stronger than the other, it's going to create an uneven base of pressing from your legs. You're just not going to have the proper strength and the balance, which means you will ultimately lean onto one side more and cause more strain on that knee joint versus the other. You need to have as good pressure through both legs as possible, and when both legs are equally strong or very close to it, that's when you can actually exert your proper strength. So this is a very, very important. Follow these 5 tips and you will get to do 15 squat. Just give it time. Thank you for watching. Lars and Conditioning signing out. I hope you have an